Welcome back to my lair. Oh, that was lame. Welcome back to my video series. I'm still struggling to find a name for it. Eventually I'll think of something. Until then, this is episode 1 of my series, and tonight's episode will deal with my brand new TIE Defender kit originally from SMT, but this is from Blue Moon, a Starship Modeler exclusive company. You go to their store to buy this product, and I'm going to be doing. I better explain this before I begin. I'm doing one different model every night. This is both to help increase variety and interest, and I'm also doing it in order to clear my workbench. And boy, does it need to be cleared. But anyway, tonight is the TIE Defender. And I'm also going to use this as an opportunity to demonstrate how it is entirely possible and actually just as easy to light a resin kit, in some cases, as it is to light a styrene kit. Most people are afraid to light a resin kit because it, as you can see, is solid. There's no hollow interior to this in which to put your electronics and lights and things. For instance, this part right here is supposed to have 3 red LEDs in it, and which I intend to put in, by the way. But a styrene kit has plenty of space inside of it in order to house electronics and to give you room to put the lights and things and wiring, and a mounting system. But I'm going to put a mounting system and full lighting circuit in this beastie. So you're going to want to tune in and see how this is done quite easily with this kit. What I plan to do is have a mounting rod going up through here, here, and here, a mounting system, and one going out the back. This cap right here, I'm going to saw it clean off and have it removable, and then one coming through the cockpit. Now that's a special challenge right there, because if you'll notice, there's going to be a lot of detail in the way. For instance, this comes with a little chair, a pilot, and some other doohickeys that go in here. So it'll be impossible for me to mount through the cockpit unless I use a fake one. This is from the original TIE Fighter kit. I was going to, actually, before I bought this kit, I had every intention of making my own, because I have a plan for a kind of a TIE Defender Mark II in my head. But anyway, I already cleaned off I took off the pylons on the side there and the back end. So this is actually almost ready to go as a fake cockpit. Just have to remove this windscreen right here, which I'm actually going to use to replace the old one. Unless I do a new one, of course. And then I'm going to cut it in half, rip out all the cockpit stuff in there, and then put in a mounting post on this thing, which will screw, I think, onto this, like so. And be the, if I wanted to mount it from the front, it would be the fake cockpit that I would attach to this, so that I can mount it from the front and get some back-facing shots. It's almost identical to the TIE Defender cockpit that came in this kit, so it shouldn't be that hard for me to do this. But anyway, I'm going to show you just how I intend to make the lighting circuit for this. Well, not the lighting circuit, but make the internals, the internal spaces. And to do that, I'm going to use my handy-dandy drill press. Every shop should have one of these babies, even if it's just a small model like this and not one of those big floor models, because it enables you to drill a perfectly vertical hole. That is pretty crucial to something like this. Look how tight the tolerances are right there. You're not going to be able to get to use a normal drill, a hand drill with this, and get a perfectly straight up and down parallel line, or parallel hole like you will with this baby. And in fact, since it has 2 legs basically, you already have stability in this direction, so you just have to hold it steady while you use your hand to crank it down like so. And another good thing about this particular drill press, is that it's very quiet. Listen here. Very quiet. So if you guys You guys who have wives and things, or girlfriends who sleep over. This is pretty handy to have because it's not very loud, and it's just as powerful as you need for drilling into resin and plastic. I want to mention that for resin, you don't want to press too hard, and it helps to have a lubricant sometimes, but I don't find it necessary. But if you do press too hard, you're liable to melt the resin, and you risk actually either igniting it, and you also will create some pretty toxic, nasty fumes. So I'm going to demonstrate how to drill into resin without risking your lungs. First of all, this particular kit has holes in it already, a pilot hole. Pilot holes are very necessary for this kind of work because it will center your drill automatically. So if it doesn't have a pilot hole like this, you want to get something like a pin vise. This is the X-Acto brand pin vise, and take it and find the center first and drill a pilot hole for it. Then once that's done, you simply take your piece, and sometimes these come with a vise. This one didn't, but mount it in a vise or something, or you can hold it steady and then you start drilling. I'm not using the full size drill bit for this. I'm making another pilot hole. I'm enlarging this one so that I can more easily drill into it with the larger bit without clogging up the drill bit. So here we go. Notice how I'm going very slowly, and I'm not removing that much material at first. There's that stuff there. You want to check and make sure it's vertical. Check and make sure it's vertical, and you want to keep doing this until you reach your intended depth. Get out there. You can kind of judge this by doing like so. You know, cranking it down until you get to the depth that you want, and kind of eyeballing this. You don't have to get very precise because, you know, well, with this particular one, because you have so much room in here to work with. And so I think I am just about there. You want to keep pulling it up like that because that allows material to get to clear off of your bit. If you leave material in there, it will rub up against the side of the hole you're drilling and will both melt and create those horrendous fumes, and it also might ignite if you're going fast enough with your drill. Once you drill the secondary pilot hole like so, you want to drill the main hole. For this one, I am using a 5/16. Wait a minute, not that one. That's too big. The 9/32 bit. And you know, you can use whatever size you want as long as it's not wider than the part, of course. But just remember that the wider you drill, the thinner your walls are going to become, and the less strong the part's going to be. And for something like this, where the pylons hold up a huge wing assembly, you're going to want strength. So don't drill as wide a hole, and you only drill as wide as you need. Let me just say that. For this, you don't necessarily have to, oh, look at there. See that? You have to be very careful when you're coming in like that because it might make your part jump if you're just holding it. If you have it in a vise, you have to be especially careful because if it jumps like that whenever you hold it in a vise, it might actually snap the part off right here, and you will be a very sad modeler. There. Now, you might at this point be asking yourself, why did he drill all the way to the center as opposed to just making the pilot hole wider? Well, the reason for that is that drilling a hole with a narrow bit keeps your